Welcome to Diwakar Physics. In this video, we'll learn about some numericals from ECO, from the sound chapter of ICSE Physics, class 10. So let us start. So question number 1 is like this. A man standing at a distance of 320 meter from an obstacle and heard the echo after 2 seconds. Find the speed of the sound. So this is very common, very direct question. So what are the formula you have to learn here in this part? That first is distance. So distance is equal to velocity by time. Yeah, so first formula is distance is equal to velocity into time by 2. So this factor 2 comes here because if the source of sound is here and obstacle is here, then this is the distance. This is a one-way distance, but the echo or the sound, reflected sound, travels this distance twice. It comes back to the listener. Okay, so that's why total distance is 2d and time is t. So that's why this factor 2 comes here. Like you can see in the second formula, I have changed the subject. V is equal to 2d by t, right? So distance is 2d and time is t. So velocity will be distance by time. So from here you can say d is equal to vt by 2 and time also you can write 2d by v. So this formula you will apply in eco questions, but one condition is there: only when the source and the observer or listener are at the same place, or sound comes back to the same point from where it was produced, then this formula will be useful. Otherwise, this formula cannot be applied. Suppose sound travels only one way. Okay, sound travels only one way. Then you cannot use this 2d. So normal formula, distance is equal to speed into time, or speed is equal to distance by time. So this 2 will not come if sound travels only one way. Okay, no reflection. Some questions are there. Sometimes it happens that source is here and observer is somewhere else. Then you cannot take this formula. Actually, what is the distance traveled? If this is the distance from the source, then d plus d, 2d and plus this distance. So if you apply this formula to find the velocity or to find the distance, then this will not be applicable. So these formula are applicable only when source and observer or listener are at the same point. So be careful. And only when sound travels only in one direction, then use normal formula, distance is equal to speed into time, or speed is equal to distance by time. No 2 will come. And if they are at the different place, source and observer, though there is reflection, then you take total distance. Total distance d plus d dash. Suppose your total distance will be d plus d, that is 2d plus d dash. Then use the time. Then speed is equal to this distance by time. So here you will not use 2 into this distance, because total distance is already calculated. So you have to be careful in this. Okay, so rest, let us solve the questions. Rest is okay. Now a man standing at the distance of 320 meter from an obstacle and heard echo after 2 seconds. So here draw the information from the question. So what is the information given? The distance is 320 meter and time is 2 seconds. And he produces the sound, the man produces the sound, and he only heard the echo. So that means source and observer are at the same place. Then use this formula to find the speed. This formula. So v is equal to 2d by t. So 320 meter per second. And one more thing, units as usual have to be considered. So V is given in, T is given in second, D is given in meter. Then answer will come in meter per second. So both are in SI system. So sometimes there may be different units, so you need to change. So which option is correct? 320 we have got. Then the fourth option is correct. Third option is correct. 320 meter per second. Okay. So we'll move to the next question. Okay, in second question, a pendulum has a frequency of 5 vibrations per second. An observer starts the pendulum and fires a gun simultaneously. He hears echo from the cliff after 10 vibrations completed. If the speed of sound in air is 340 meter per second, find the distance between the cliff and the observer. So here also a person produces sound, he fires a gun and he hears echo at the same point. So you can use this formula, but you have to find the distance. So you need to know V and T. Okay. Now V is given in the question 340 meter per second, but time is not given directly. So I'll write V is 340 meter per second and time is given, but in terms of the time period of the pendulum, time taken by the pendulum. Okay, so if you read this question, pendulum has a frequency of 5 vibrations per second. That means in 1 second 5 vibrations are completed. That means 5 vibrations take 1 second. We need to find time, so we'll write time this side, right side. Then for 1 vibration, how much? So 1 vibration takes 1 by 5 seconds. And echo is heard after 10 seconds. Echo is heard after 10 vibrations are completed. So 10 vibrations take 1 by 5 into 10 seconds. So here I am following unitary method. So first you find for 1 vibration, then you can find for any number of time for any number of vibrations. So that is the easy way to do. Okay. So here it is coming 2 seconds. That means 10 vibrations of that pendulum completed in 2 seconds, and by that time echo is also heard. So that's why the time for hearing echo is 2 seconds. Now the question turned to like question number 1. It's very simple now. So let us use the formula, this one, distance. Distance is equal to Vt by 2. So we have V 340 meter per second. Time we have got 2 seconds and divided by 2. So here it is 340 meter per second. So distance between the person and the obstacle is 340. Distance is 340 meter. So this is the answer. So here 340 meter, okay, not meter per second. This is your finding distance. So when you find velocity, then meter per second. Okay, 340 meter is the answer. So this is the option. Okay, question number 3 now. So question number 3 is like this. A man standing in front of a vertical cliff fires a gun. He hears the echo after 3 seconds. Okay, so when he is at some distance, then he heard the echo after 3 seconds. Now he moves closer to the cliff. Okay, then on moving closer to the cliff by 82.5 meter, now he is going closer to the cliff. Then he fires the gun again and heard echo after 2.5 seconds. Now as the distance is decreasing, so time will also decrease. Okay, so now he heard the echo after 2.5 seconds. Then what is the speed of the sound? So here, why this time is decreased? Why this time is decreased from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds? Because of this distance, reduction in this distance, decrease in the distance 82.5 meter. सो वो क्लिफ के नज़दीक गया इतना डिस्टेंस में, तो उसका टाइम भी कम हुआ. तो ये जो 0.5 सेकेंड कम हुआ है वो इस डिस्टेंस की वजह से. ठीक है, तो इसलिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, इसको डिस्टेंस को 82.5 ले सकते हैं. सो यू कैन टेक डिस्टेंस 82.5 मीटर and due to this distance time is 3 minus 2.5 because this much is the reduction in the distance and due to which there is a reduction in time. How much? 0.5 second. Then we can find 0.5 second. Then we can find the velocity. So v is equal to 2d by t. Now this t is for traveling this distance. Now this time is for traveling this distance because this is actually reduction in distance, then there is reduction in time also. So that's why we can use this directly. 2 into 82.5 divided by 0.5. Then 2 into 825, 0, 50. So one decimal removed from here. 0 will put 0 in the denominator. When we remove decimal point from the denominator, count the number of decimal places, then put equal number of 0 in the numerator. So that way you can solve easily. Then 5, 1, 6, 5. Then 2 into 165, that is 330 meter per second. So we are finding velocity. So this is the answer, 330 meter per second. So this much velocity. So let us see the options. Then this is the option, 330 meter per second. Now we'll go to the second part of this question. The second part of the question is find the distance of the cliff from the initial position of the person. Okay, so initial position. So at what distance he was standing initially. So what you can do? So actually he was standing in front of a cliff such a way that the echo is heard after 3 seconds. So 3 seconds. Now we have velocity, we have time. Okay, so velocity will be same whether he is at this distance or little farther or closer. So speed will be same. So v is given 330 meter per second we have got in the first part. Time initially, so why we are taking 3? Because question is asking initially what was the distance. So 3 seconds will take. So d is equal to vt by 2. Then 330 into time 3 divided by 2. So this is 165 into 3. 5 into 3 15, 18 plus 1 19, 495 meter. So that means initially he was at 495 meter. Now when he moved 82.5 closer, then he heard the echo after 2.5 seconds. So that we have already done. So here second question, answer is 495 meter. Now you can check which one is the correct option. So 495, this is the correct option. So we'll move to next question. A person standing between two vertical cliffs produces a sound. Two successive echoes are heard at 4 seconds and 6 seconds. Calculate the distance between the cliffs if the speed of sound in air is 340 meter per second. Now this question is about the person standing between two cliffs. So previously we have done only one cliff. So here person is standing between two cliffs. Okay, suppose he is standing here and he heard the first echo after 4 seconds. That obviously first echo will be heard from the nearer cliff. Okay, and second echo from the other cliff, 6 seconds. So this distance will be more than this distance. So he is not standing at the middle. So he will hear two echoes after 4 seconds. So this 4 seconds is the time taken by the sound to travel this distance twice. And this 6 seconds for this distance. And we'll add this. So that's why we can add time because speed is same. So time for total covering both sides. So 4 seconds plus 6 seconds. So 10 seconds. Because we have to add these distances. So you can add time and solve. So velocity is, how much is the velocity given? 340 meter per second. Then d is equal to Vt by 2. So V is 340, T is 10 divided by 2. So 1700 meter is the distance. Okay. So this sound, two sounds are there. So they are separately traveling the distance. So you can add them at the time and get the distance. If you want to find distance, this one separately and this distance separately, then afterwards you add. So that way also you can do. That way it's okay, no problem. But extra time will be taken. So that will be lengthier. So as you have to add the distances and this distance are covered separately, so you simply add the time and solve it. So first distance is 1700 meter. So let's see the options. 1600, 1700, 1800, sorry, this 1900. So this is correct anyway. So 1700 meter is correct. Now let us go to the next question. A person standing at a distance x in front of a cliff fires a gun. Another person B standing behind the person A at a distance y from A hears two sounds, not echoes, you see. So two sounds of the fired shot after 2 seconds and 3 seconds respectively. So A is firing and B is listening, and they are at the different distances, you see. So calculate the values of x and y. So let us see. So here let us make the diagram first, then it will be easy for you to understand. So A is here in front of the cliff at the distance x. So this is the distance x. And B is standing behind, somewhere here, maybe here, I don't know. at the distance y from A. So you see distance y from A, not from the cliff, but from A. So this much is y. So you may get questions that B is standing at the distance from y. Okay, so that may be the question, no problem. Now he heard two sounds, so not necessarily echoes, after 2 seconds and 3 seconds. So that means which sound will be heard first? So obviously when A is firing, so B will heard the direct sound first, because other sound is going to the cliff and coming back, so that will obviously take some more time. Okay, so first sound, that's why, is the direct sound from the fire. Okay, so what is the distance here? Direct sound from A to B. So what is the distance? Y. Now you see the sound is not traveling twice, only direct, Y. What is the time? 2 seconds. Time is 2 seconds, as the question says. So first sound is heard after 2 seconds. So which sound is heard first? So first sound is heard directly from the gun. So we have distance y, not 2y. Okay, then which formula we'll use to find the value of y? Because speed is given here. Okay, speed is to be given. The speed is 340. So take 340 meter per second. So we have velocity 340 meter per second. Time is there, distance is there. So which formula will use? So distance is equal to v into t. Please be careful here, not v into t by 2. So here sound is reflected. Don't think that here also you have to use d is equal to vt by 2. Then you will be wrong. Then y equals to d is y, v is 340 and time is 2. So 680 meter per 80 meter, sorry, 680 meter. So here I am not using vt by 2 because sound is traveling only the distance y, one way, only once. Okay, then next part we have to find the value of x. Now which sound will be heard after 3 seconds? Now you see second sound is heard after 3 seconds. Then which sound is heard? Which sound is the second sound? So must be the sound going towards the cliff and coming back to B. So that's why he is taking more time, 3 seconds. So total distance you find again. So distance is equal to d is equal to sound is going to the cliff, traveling distance x, then coming back up to this again x. So x plus x, or you write 2x directly, no problem. And further is traveling to B. Listen, B is listening the echo, not A. B is hearing the sound, not A. So you have to take this distance also. So x plus y. So this is the total distance for the second sound. And as we have already taken total distance, then which formula? Okay, time 3 seconds. Then which formula you will use? D is equal to Vt or Vt by 2. Think about it. So it is only V into T. First of all, we have taken total distance. Okay. Secondly, source and the listener are at different places. Okay, so you will not use that formula. So let us put the values in this and get the value of x. So d is 2x plus y, v is 340, t 3 seconds this time. Then 2x plus y we have already got 680 equals to 0, 12, 1020. Then 2x is equal to 1020 minus 680. Then you subtract, you will get 340. 340. Then x is equal to 340 by 2, that is 170 meter. So value of x is 170 and y is 680. So these are the answers. So let us see the options. 170 and 680. So this is the answer. So this is the value of x, this is the value of y. Okay, so this way we can solve eco-numericals, and be careful in using the right formula the right way. Thank you for watching my video.